They told us it was an urban legend, the old warning that strangers put poison in candy on Halloween night. But they never told us how that fear started, or how real it actually was. It began in a quiet Texas suburb in 1974. A father helping his kids sort their trick-or-treat haul, a handful of pixie sticks, and one tiny act that would change every parent's trust forever. The first real case of Halloween candy laced with death. Halloween of 1974 fell on a cold, damp Thursday. In Deer Park, Texas, the streets glowed orange with porch lights and the laughter of children. Families here trusted each other, the kind of place where people still left their doors unlocked. Ronald O'Brien walked his 2 kids from house to house, umbrella in one hand, their candy bags in the other. To neighbors, he was just another dad doing the Halloween rounds. Later that night, the children dumped their candy across the table, the waxy shine of chocolate bars, the rattle of Smarties, the paper tubes of pixie sticks. It looked like every other October 31st in America. A little sugar, a little fun, nothing dangerous. No one saw him slip something into the pile. No one questioned why he stayed awake after everyone else went to bed. And no one could have guessed that by morning, the entire country would fear its own front doors. The next day, an 8-year-old boy was dead. A sweet powder laced with potassium cyanide, sealed neatly inside one of the candies his father handed him. It was the kind of death that felt impossible, not just cruel, but intimate. Because this time, evil didn't hide behind a mask. It wore the face of a parent. By sunrise, the story had reached every corner of Texas. Police went door to door, collecting candy, dumping pillowcases into evidence bags. Reporters filmed mothers sobbing on front lawns. Rumors spread faster than facts. Whispers of strangers passing out poisoned treats, of candy needles, of razor blades and apples. Entire cities stopped trick-or-treating. But inside the investigation room, the truth was uglier. Ronald O'Brien's debts had been rising for years. He'd taken out life insurance policies on his children. When he couldn't find a way out, he built one out of sugar and cyanide. Forensic tests confirmed it. The powder was pure enough to kill multiple people. Police found a stash hidden in his home, disguised as leftover sweets. He was arrested, convicted, and executed 10 years later. And just like that, the American Halloween changed forever. What had been a night of laughter turned into an annual act of quiet suspicion. Parents still check every wrapper. Some don't let their kids go at all, because legends spread for a reason. Sometimes they're warnings born from truth, and this one left a stain that still hasn't washed off the candy aisle. 50 years later, no stranger has ever been proven to poison Halloween candy again. Yet every October, the story resurfaces, whispered by parents, shared in warnings online, folded into safety PSAs. The fear remains because it feels plausible. The line between trust and betrayal has never been thinner. Maybe that's why we still shine our porch lights, pretending the world outside hasn't changed. But the truth is, evil rarely comes from strangers. It grows quietly, behind the walls we think we know. Sometimes it even tucks our children into bed. And when you watch your kids sort their candy this year, just remember, the reason you check every piece is because of one man, one Halloween night, and one deadly piece of candy that proved the legend was real. Every Halloween, people hide behind masks. It's part of the fun, becoming someone else for a night. But one year, in a small Midwestern town, someone took that idea too far. Witnesses said he wore a mask that looked too real. The texture of skin, the shine of sweat, the way the jaw moved when he smiled. They didn't realize until later that it wasn't a mask at all. It was the kind of neighborhood that took Halloween seriously. Every porch lit, every yard lined with pumpkins, kids running through leaves under sodium lights. Locals remembered the man only vaguely, tall, carrying a candy bag of his own, walking alone. Some thought he was just another parent watching from the sidewalk. Others swore they saw him among the children, silent and still between houses. Cameras caught glimpses, a blurred shape at the edge of group photos, a pale face too smooth to be latex. Nobody paid attention, not that night. The next morning, police tape cut across the street, a costume left behind, candy scattered across the asphalt, and a mask that wasn't rubber at all. A few days later, people began dropping off disposable cameras to get their photos printed. It was the 90s. No filters, no phones, just flash and film. When the prints came back, one employee noticed a pattern. In dozens of different roles, the same tall figure appeared, never centered, always just inside the frame. In one shot, he stood behind a group of children, his face lit by a porch light. In another, his reflection showed up in a car window, blurred by motion but unmistakably wrong. The skin looked uneven, too thick, like it had weight to it. Word spread fast. Parents brought the photos to police, who gathered them for analysis. Investigators assumed it was a prank, maybe a special effects artist showing off. But when they examined one photo under magnification, something stood out. The flash had caught texture, pores, wrinkles, scars, real ones. Forensics couldn't explain it, but the lab results listed traces of formaldehyde. Underneath the fibers of the mask, they found fragments of tissue, genuine human tissue. Local hospitals reported no stolen cadavers. Nearby mortuaries had no missing remains. And whoever had been wearing it vanished after that night. Those photographs were sealed in evidence folders, labeled simply Unidentified Male, Halloween Incident, 1998. The story faded over time, as most do. It became just another Halloween warning, a thing people whispered about while carving pumpkins. But not everyone forgot. Every few years, another photograph surfaces online. Always the same composition. Kids in costumes caught mid-laugh, flash illuminating faces, and behind them, a tall blur. Sometimes at the curb, sometimes in a window, sometimes in the mirror behind them. When those images circulate, there's always debate. Some say it's Photoshop. Others swear they took the picture themselves. But there's one detail that never changes. The flash reflection never lands on the mask. It absorbs the light instead, like real skin. Locals in that old Midwestern town say their Halloween crowds are smaller now. Porch lights stay off, candy bowls remain untouched, but a few houses still participate. Families new to the neighborhood who don't know the story. They're the ones who sometimes find Polaroids in their mailboxes the next day. No note, no message, just a photo of their house, taken from across the street on Halloween night, and somewhere in the foreground, a figure watching. If you ever find an old Halloween picture with someone standing just behind you, don't look too long. The longer you stare, the clearer his face becomes. Every school has that one story, the one kids whisper when the teachers aren't around, the one everyone dares each other to test. Ours was about the Candyman, not the movie, not the myth, but a version that belonged only to our town. If you said his name 5 times in the bathroom mirror on Halloween night, holding a piece of candy in your hand, he'd answer. They said if you looked away before he did, you'd never stop seeing him again. It started like every Halloween, kids daring each other in a middle school bathroom that smelled like cleaning chemicals and fear. The mirrors were old and warped, the kind that turned your reflection into something already half wrong. One of them did it, a girl named Ashley, holding a melted Tootsie Pop in her hand, laughing until she wasn't. The lights flickered halfway through the chant. She came out pale, eyes unfocused, mumbling something about how the mirror smiled back when she didn't. Nobody believed her until the next morning when the janitor found her candy still sitting on the sink, sticky and warm. The police called it stress. The teachers said she fainted, but the bathroom was closed off for the rest of the week. Years later, a maintenance worker cleaning the school found a camcorder inside one of the old lockers, one of those bulky 90s models with a built-in VHS. Inside the tape was 10 minutes of footage filmed on Halloween night. The video started with a flickering fluorescent light, a few giggling voices, and a mirror streaked with condensation. You could hear the chant, 5 times, quiet, like they were afraid to finish it. The flash from the camera reflected in the mirror, showing something else, a handprint forming in the condensation, even though no one was close enough to touch the glass. At the 7-minute mark, the sound distorted. The voices stopped. The tape flickered, cutting to static, then to an empty bathroom, candy still sitting on the sink, wrapper slowly unrolling. The janitor said the camera still felt warm when he picked it up. He turned it in to the principal, but it disappeared before police could examine it. 2 weeks later, someone found the same model of camcorder in a pawn shop 20 miles away, still with the school's property tag on the side. They reopened the bathroom a few years ago. It looked the same. Old mirrors, cracked tile, the hum of fluorescent lights. But kids say the reflection feels delayed, like it moves a second behind you. They say if you stand there long enough, your reflection starts breathing heavier than you do. Last Halloween, a student posted a TikTok from that same bathroom. In the video, he says the chant 5 times while holding a chocolate bar. For a moment, nothing happens. Then the candy slips out of his hand, like something pulled it down. When the phone hits the floor, you see it clearly. A face in the mirror that isn't his. No eyes, just a dark mouth stretched too wide. The video was deleted within minutes, but screenshots keep resurfacing. Always a different account, always the same frame. Some say he moved away, others say he's still here, but doesn't show up in photos anymore. So if you ever look into a mirror this Halloween, and something in your reflection doesn't blink when you do, don't look away. That's when he smiles back.